Hello, welcome to the Comfit Global Consulting presentation for this week. My name is Gabriel Ndaiken, the founder of the Comfit Global Consulting for medical, pharmaceutical, and innovative technology, and also health promotions and health exhibitions called the mobile, we call it the Omni Health Global Initiative. The Omni Health Global Initiative mean you can work with anyone. Actually, if you go to my website and then you search well, you'll be able to see that there is I posted that slide is a PDF format. You can read. It is well explanatory. It's also on one of my web page, if I can say it. You see the equation. It's very simple. So, without further ado, I would like to say bonjour, bonsoir to everyone around the world. Guten Tag, guten Nacht, good evenings, and good morning, certain people around the world due to time differentiation of meridian timing. So, today, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about knowledge. It will be very short, maybe 30 minutes. I have, which is enough. My average is always 2 hours. I have a lot of things to say. Most of the time, information can come at the wrong time, and when the right time will arrive, that information will be unveiled to people. People will discover that information. So I wanted to speak about a divine message that I would like people, exclusively here in the United States, to be aware of the existence of the true God. Many of us are very we can say we are not truly in faith with his terms, and we are very distracted by the thing of this earth. There is nothing that happened in this world without the authorizations of the heavens, or either without the spiritual realm being involved. We live in the moments and time of hardship. Certainly we wanted to believe in our government, but I wanted to let you know that when Jesus Christ was talking about moving the mountain, he was not referring to physical geographical mountain. He was referring into the system. He was referring to the system. See, he was talking in parable. In parable are the disconnect between our semantic and the heaven semantic, the earth semantic and the heaven semantic. The word, the syntax is the same, but the semantic of interpretations are very different. So, he was talking about the system. You want to be enslaved by the system, or you want to be free from the system. That's why today's presentations will be the critical logic of thinking. The critical logic of thinking. When you can differentiate knowledge and ignorance. And how would that be a problems when you start distinguishing what is your source and what is your resource with respect to God. And I'll come right to that to let you know exactly what's going on with our world. There are many secrets here that our government will not let us know. The world is going into a cycle. There is a phenomenon that is going on. I just hope that they can inform people and let them know exactly what's going on. But they're pretty much awaiting the last minute to let people know. So it is something that people must be aware. People must be informed. Because there's nothing they can do. It is something in space, in the universe. There's nothing they can do. So the best thing to do is just alert people, at least they know. That thing, because everything is energy. The money is energy. Everything you see is energy. Everything, even what you wear, your car you drive, everything is energy. So when you have the solar system structure being impacted, it will affect everything in this earth, in the entire solar system, and as a result, in this earth, everything will be impacted. Money situation, the world we're gonna go into the world, money crisis, resource crisis. It is that is happening. So they have to let people know exactly what it is, so people can be savvy about the situations. The difference between knowledge and ignorance, which is lack of knowledge. What is knowledge? I explained last time. Knowledge are information that are justifiably true or can be proven true and used for common good. That's what knowledge is. So the point is this: when you lack information that are true and can actually change your life, you're missing a very big bit in your life. So if knowledge will lead you into freedom, because as you know, you will be able to make decisions that will drive you into the direction in which you want it to be. But if you don't know, you will become the slave of those who pass you the information that you need. So you wanted to be enslaved by listening to the world system, or you wanted to earn knowledge. God gave you the option. Because knowledge will empower you to go from one step to the next and to grow and to be free of those bondages, to distinguish what is reason and what is not. Because the truth is there. It's part of that knowledge. It's part of that information that you have. And I am advising people to become free by seeking knowledge. Because knowledge is the only thing that will set you free against the system. You don't move the mountain with force, but you use the mountain. You can move the mountain with the knowledge. Jesus Christ moved the world, changed the world because he had knowledge. He was not ignorant. He had knowledge, so he knew what needed to be done. And this is true. Knowledge will lead you to freedom. Ignorance will lead you to slavery. Because you will be doing things that do not represent your personality, your persona. That if you knew the information that can be justifiably true or proven to be true, you will not be doing it. So it's because you're lacking that knowledge, you're lacking that information, that key portal, then you are acting with ignorance. And Jesus Christ said at the end, Father, please forgive them, they know not what they do. Why? Because we didn't have the knowledge. So it comes back into how will you distinguish what is the source and what is the resource? Let me give you the definition of the source. Because if you don't have the proper knowledge, you will not be able to distinguish what is the source. You will not be able to distinguish what is the resource. And that has to do with who? God. And I say to people, I came in this life for a long time, not a short time, I always say that to people. I came here in this earth to live longer. And not to have fun, but to live longer. Because if I live longer, I will be, I will have a shot of redemption to a plausible life, at least. There's a chance that I can actually live a good life. I'm here for a long time, not a good life, so I'm here for a long time, not a good life, the guy said that differently. So I came here to live for a long life, but not a good time. Because with a long life, at least I have a shot of redemption to hope for a plausible one. So if you lack knowledge, you might not have that long life. What is the source, or what is the resource? The resource is the mean in which God used to express, to unveil his existence, his message, his purpose, his will, his image, his persona, his character. So the resource derive from the source. And what is the source? The source is the pathway in which everything derives from. Is the fabric in which everything derives from. Is the place in which everything derives from. All resources derive from. Is the core in which everything derives from. So many of us are very confused. Everything that is in this earth that you have are resources. They are not sources. Let me explain. Everything from the clothes I'm wearing to the car you're driving comes from the ground. It went to the process and appeared the way it does appear. But it all came from the ground. Who made that ground? is God. So what you have, your money, everything is not, they are not sources. Many people believe what they see in this earth as sources. They are not sources. Your true sources are God. So it comes back to knowledge and ignorance. Everything we have are resources. You go to a store, you purchase food. Oh, that's my source. That's why I got now. It's your resource. Because that food, let me go prospect how it got there. It was delivered by a truck. The truck got it from a warehouse. The warehouse got it from a farm food processor. The farm food processor got it from the ground after washing it and getting ready for the market. And how do the food market got it from the ground? With a seed that he planted in the soil. Who made that ground? God. So without that source, you will never gonna have that resource. So God used that to unveil himself. See, he used it as a mean. But nobody never talked like that. They take the food, they eat, getting big, what the heck. But if you understand the reason behind it, maybe you're gonna start understanding that I need to start eating healthy or healthier. Because you understand what is fresh is better for your health. What is fresh is alkaline, have less acidic. The pH is good. Your body will function within a certain pH range. But a body that is acidic, more acidic, is more dangerous than a body that is even more basic or alkaline. Even though that a higher alkaline organism is also in danger. But the bad side effect with a alkaline organism is less likely worse than a body with an acidic stage pH. So we have to start eating good, because those vegetables are full of alkaline, and they are there to neutralize all the acidic that we're eating from all the food. Every food that you see processed here in America, everywhere, are full of acid, and acid gonna fry your body out. And how do God knew it? He knew because he created the body. So he created a system that produce fat cells, and the body take all the fat that you get, all the acid that you're getting from your food, and store it into those fat cells. That's how you start getting bigger. You start getting fat, fat and stuff. That's how it functions. I can explain to people how you get you're bigger, because things that you're eating have a lot of acid. And when they have a lot of acid, what happens is you're dealing with two different problems here. You deal with problem first. The first problem is this: the body recognizes you have acid. When it goes into the liver, after being processed by the digestive system, it gets reduced into a substance that is composed only of minerals and vitamins retrieved from what you ate. So, including those acid, those bad chemicals. So when it goes into the liver analyzes it, and you have reactive proteins that identifies those chemicals, those toxins. So what it does, it releases cholesterol to go and fight it. So that's how you end up with a lot of cholesterol in your system. because of those acid, those bad chemicals. Why? And then you start having coronary disease, because in a normal stage, there's only 5% of cardiac output that goes to the coronary. And coronary are a vein that surround and furnish blood into the heart. But it's only 5% of the entire cardiac output that go into the coronary. So in addition to only 5% normal, you have cholesterol that become clogged, because when they stay into your system, they become clogged, because they can eradicate all those acids. After they even do eradicate those acids, they don't disappear. They're gonna stay there, and they start clogging those veins and artery and venules and arterioles, and you start getting some cardiac problems. So the other problem is, besides cholesterol, you have those acids that get stored into those fat cells that are created by the body. They store them and say, no, I don't want to leave those acid here. They're going to fry out the entire system. So let's put them in a storage, so, and isolate them there. And every time that you have, when it's full, you get another one where you keep eating those things, and then you start getting bigger and bigger, because see, there's more fat cells added to your body, fat cell, and then you get bigger and bigger. So what is the remedy? The remedy is to do exercise and start eating well. There's no two other thing. You're going to do surgery. If you do surgery and continue to do the same thing, you're going to come back to this initial point. But to eradicate the problem, you start eating well, less acidic food and more alkaline, to neutralize the pH of your body, to be healthy. But you don't truly neutralize the pH. The pH of the body is within a range. From a certain point in an acidic base into a certain point into a basic base. So it's a range. It's a range in which your blood pH have to be, because if your blood pH is out of that range, you die. So that's what it is. So the source is God. It's not your money. It's not your money come from Mercury. Mercury come from where? From nature. Now everything that you see in this earth, from money into the simple toy out there, are all from that ground that you see. So you have to distinguish what is your resource and what is your source. And your source is God. He is Adonai El Shalom, the Lord of the highest peace. El Elyon, the higher source in which everything derives from. That's where El Elyon comes from. And then Elohim, he is the creator. That's where El Elyon exists, because Elohim is already there. And then Yahweh, which is Jesus, Jehovah, Yeshua, which means what? Relationship. So that's the true name of God. When you pray in that name, there's vibration into the spiritual realm, because all demons, they know. They are scattered. They'll be scattered. You have to know that you live in a world where evil exists. The phenomenon that we see It is a true phenomenon. It is something that will happen. That's why it's important for people to distinguish between knowledge and noise. Knowledge and noise. Because noise always make noise. Even if it's not true, noise. That's what they call it, noise. So you got to have that wisdom to make that differentiations. Everything is energy. If we, the people of the world that God gave, if we don't take a decision to start taking initiative, proactive initiative to vindicate knowledge, you will always be under the burden of the system. It is better to follow the system and do stuff because you don't have any choice, knowing the truth, having the knowledge, than doing it like it is actually true, even though that you've been used because you lack knowledge. It's in the system. The system will always disappoint you. It feeds you with information that that are used for their own purpose. So now God is saying to America to have a soft heart. Too many people are hard in decision making. They have a hard heart. I remember Jesus Christ talking about abortions. He was saying that abortion is a moral crime against God. But he was saying that because of men hardening their heart, they could not tolerate, they could not see what is beyond. Many women, I want to reiterate, when they get pregnant, they look at how bad they're going to look. I don't look any more attractive. My body is changing. And they make the decision based on that. But if you look the life that is inside of you, you realize that it is not a fantasy. It is not a simple movie thing. It is something real. It is something that is obtained by grace. It's God who gave it to you. And that comes from knowledge and ignorance. Now, you who hate God because of that happen, what do you want God to do? If God asks you the question, what do you want me to do? Obviously, God not going to tell you go and do the abortions. So you're going to ask God, change me to be a male. So what is it? That's the problem. So it is right in reason what Jesus Christ was talking about. We have to be careful of what we're seeking for, of what we look for. Sometimes we might not like the answer, or we might not like what we discover. If you seek for somebody to be sick, you might end up to be sick of somebody close to you. Because the universe always responds to anyone will in this earth. If you say to God, I don't want this kid, why do you give me? You keep blaming. This is what's gonna happen. When you're gonna be ready, kid will not come. Because the universe was put in place as a protocol to solve problems. It means the universe wants you to appreciate life. So they're not going to give it to you. They want you to work more harder. And they will put you in a position where you're going to see other people having kids. And they're going to try to make you remember when you had it. Until you come to that resolve, in time, now you can have it. It is a thing that people most don't understand. You have to be careful of what you're looking for, you seek for. You have to believe in God by faith. Because everything that happened to you at any point time, t-1 or t-I is any number, any real number, will have a part to play in time t plus I. Remember, anything that happened to you in any time t-I will have a part to play in your future t plus I if you don't give up. Because it is a stepping stone of preparations. You don't get into become a great person in the eyes of God by not going into the stepping stone. Challenges and difficulties will exist, and you will have those in your life. But men should see this challenge as a portal for improvement into a more higher purpose. I speak not only with experience but also with divine inspirations. Just to let people know this is not just divine inspiration, this is also by experience, now well confirmed. The point is about the pain that you're going through, that many of us cannot support. But if you put your faith in God and believe that this is something good to be used in the future, He will give you more strength. You have more energy to go on. And I want people to know, I am not the enemy of these nations. People must stop looking up and down, down and left what I do. You will never be disappointed in your life from where you put all your heart. Ever again in the future, for everything that can come along. Because there will be no other disappointment that will be max that. It will be similar, but you will be already prepared. You will be prepared. And I want people to have trust. You must have trust in God. Faith around me. Trust do not come from, yeah, I believe God, but I still have no. You have faith. I want people to just take at ease. Do that one time. They will see how things gonna be. That's trusting God. I was in the gym, and I went inside the rooms to change, and there was a pair of shoes below the table in which I was changing, and suddenly I left and went into the sink to wash my face, and there was a guy there. He got very scared. He left too. He came and asked me, "Is that your shoes?" I look at him and I have his shoes on. That's not my shoes. And I realized that the reason why he got scared because he thought that was maybe a bomb or something. That tells me how people are uncomfortable around me. So whatever this government has done, beside what we all know, and also behind my back, because when they have done it, I was not here in a country 2009 and 2011 when they did their defamatory and character assassinations. I wonder why people now, they wanted to check my stuff when I have my back turned. Why do somebody get scared of me? I was not even panicking because I have faith in God. If that shoes is a bomb, it's a bomb. But why you have that behind your back is because you're afraid of something that you've been doing wrong. Why do somebody like me is not afraid? Because I have nothing against anyone. Because when you do something wrong to somebody, your conscience is just judging you that maybe he gonna get you. He gonna get you. But everybody does that. Why do I go in the gym with the bomb on? I mean, these are your shoes. Why do you have to remind me that I have a shoes over there? When I actually have a shoes on me. You actually saw me changing. I removed them and I put that shoes back. If that was my shoes, certainly I'll take it. But that was not the point. Well, I see that guy moving so fast, so maybe, and they told you to report everything that is suspicious. I saw somebody kissing his girl over there. I'm reporting it. I saw him having sex with his girlfriend. I'm reporting it. Are you guys going to go like that in my life? To be honest. Because this is enough that people have to stop this. We have to live in faith. But now that I know how women look at me, they see me as somebody who don't have any place in a society, who's broke, Any negative thing, I know that already. So what? How do God advise me? So God is my first advisor. So what do God advise me? He said, don't talk to them. Let whoever will come to you in faith, you know. So I let them. I know them. So what do they do in return? They think I'm crazy. So I don't talk. I will never gonna talk to any woman unless she say hi first, because I already know what they think. Because of the character assassination that is out there, I'm letting the Holy Spirit do the work. Those that who accept the Holy Spirit to walk into the heart, they'll come to me closely and with humility. And we're gonna have conversations. But beside that, it's never gonna happen. In a society that I was raised, it is a process between talking to you and ending up into a bed. I mean, you don't end up kissing just because I see you every day. It doesn't happen with me. Knowing as well what people know about me, I spoke not. Because I already know that you think I'm desperate. I already know. You think I'm garbage. I already know all this stuff. God told me that He knows all your heart. You're going to deny, but that's true. Just accept it. That I got you. It's just simple. Maybe we can think and start getting better. You know, we must live in a society that things are changing. We have new faces. People coming from different countries. They come with blessing and packages or whatever it is. Not everybody is I'll get you. Because in this country, that's the way it is. But not everybody is I'll get you. Where I am, people run away from problems. So you can do wrong to me, and then you are waiting for me to retaliate. For years over years, you keep pondering yourself because your conscience is judging you and nothing is happening. And you wonder, because you don't understand, it's just the world is changing. You have new faces, new people coming from all place, and the blessing that God, that's the way it is. You just have to acknowledge it. Now he gonna do something before everything that, now he gonna do something. No, not everybody will do that. I believe in God. I believe that the universe He created gonna answer. So you guys are looking at the wrong point. You're looking at the wrong person. Or the wrong source, I can say. Because the source of the retaliation is not me. It's the universe in which you're living in. So you're looking for the response far away when actually the response is around you. He will answer. Don't rush. It just come. Just get prepared. Because I don't want you to say, why this is happening to me now. I want you to say, I was ready for it. Let's get it done. Because that's what I want you to say. It will come. There's nothing that you're going to do in this earth and you think that, well, you know, you deserve it. Nah, nobody deserves nothing. Man, it's not you to decide. Let people decide their own thing. If somebody violates the law, let the law say you deserve it. But don't create situations and say he deserves it. You let the universe put him into an endpoint where he gonna face challenges and difficulties and realize that he have to be transformed. But most of us don't want to be transformed. We don't want to change. So what is change? Change is not removing a person's personality, but it is modifying the wrong that is in that person. And what is the wrong? It is violation of God's standard. It's not the violation of your standard as you see it. Because many people wanted to change people based on their standard. You can do it. People are different. You have to work with people. That's all you can do. You take a series of fruits. You take a bunch of people that you don't know, and you said, "Who want fruit?" You're gonna see somebody say banana. Who want fruit? I want apple. Who want fruit? I want pineapple. Who want fruit? They're not gonna say the same thing. Luckily, you can have two people say, "Yeah, I want the same thing," because people are different. And God made it that way so that people can express who they are. But I want fruit. I also want you to have fruits. You have people like that in this earth. Let somebody else eat something that he's good at. He want to eat. Well, that's what he can do. No, that's not what he can do. Let him do what he is good at. What he's aspired to do. This is all he can do. No, that's not all he can do. This is all you want him to do. God opened many possibilities of men to achieve, as long as those possibilities are good. So what is that people will come and say that, you can only go that way? I wanted to choose banana, but somebody told me that no, you have to choose that. Apple, I don't like apple, or I don't like tomatoes, or I don't like this. I just like that one because it is the way I express myself from within. Why do you like this kind of woman? Why you don't like woman who is like this? Because it is the way I express myself within, the way God made me. People must know people are different. It's not because you are with a certain complexion that you have to band along with people of the same complexion. Because your within is not made like that. The way God made you within is different. Do not worry too much about the thing you see, other than the thing you don't see, because the thing you don't see are the most important thing. The thing you don't see is the character of people that is within. You only see it when it expresses itself. So that character sometimes don't match with this the outer image. That's come back again to knowledge against ignorance. Lead people to find their freedom and start seeking for knowledge. and distinguish the difference between the source, which is God, El Elyon, and his resources that he gave us. And God gonna heal nations. But the farther we go from him, the farther we go deeper in problems. I am not a fanatic of God. I am realistic. There is something bigger than ourselves out there. You just have to recognize it and face it. So when people stick there and say, I'm not. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing what you're supposed to do. Because the gift, blessing, image that you have, God gave it to you so that you can glorify him like this. Not glorify yourself. Like when I see people talking about mega star, the star of this, I just look and say, mega star. Who thrown him mega star? God? I mean, I'm not making fun of these folks, but I'm just saying. Do you truly believe that your title here in this earth is also recognized like that in heaven? I don't think so. But what you would do with that title will determine your relationship with the heaven. If you use that title to change people's life, to transform people's life, then you are recognized over there. Not your title, but your heart. I don't blush around megastar because I know it is all the thing of this earth. Or beyond power, money, it is all the thing of this earth. Nobody will go with that anywhere. It become history. And that's why they never understood me. I see you there with all what you have, and I just look and said, well, as time goes, you're going to leave all this thing back here into your generations. And you'll be gone and forgotten. And somebody else will come in place and will make his own story as well. Just like a movie. And I want people to recognize the source in which their breath derives from, the source in which their strength derives from, the source in which their everything derives from. Because without God in your life, there is no purpose. You might have your purpose, but you end up short. You end up short into that if God is not part of it. Thank you very much, and I hope that you go to YouTube and www.ngohmedfounded.org or Gmail, that's Google Plus, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and any other social media format that you can possibly imagine. I am everywhere, but I'm not God. That's it. This is the Conflict Global Consulting for medical, pharmaceutical, and innovative technology. You have to work in faith and work with the truth at all times to have and build a better relationship with the heavens. Not in between, but at all times. Thank you very much, muchachos. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, et on se voit bientôt.